What's up, guys? We are back with another Power Rangers Lightning Collection review, taking a look at the second of the main cast for Power Rangers Beast Morphers. We're taking a look at Beast Morphers Blue from Wave 3. So we've got this guy here, of course, in our standard Lightning Collection packaging. You've got your figure in the window, more of that fantastic stylized artwork that starts on the front, wraps around to the spine of the package, and then the back of the box has that render style artwork as well. So let's do it. Let's pull him out and take a look. And here he is out of the package, our Beast Morphers Blue Ranger, or if you're more of a fan of the Sentai, our Go Busters Blue Ranger. And this guy is very similar to Red, so if you've seen Beast Morphers Red, you know, as far as the base figure goes, 90% of what's going on here. It's the exact same body from neck to toe. So let's jump in, see what this guy can do. Of course, we have to see how he moves, but again, if you're familiar with pretty much any figure in this line, you're going to know what's going on here because they all kind of share the same thing. So to start with, you have got a head that can look up only a little bit just because of how the helmet's sculpted. It hits the base of the neck right away, but he looks down a little bit as well. You've got rotation, and then you've got arms that go all the way out. They rotate at the shoulder. You, of course, have got your butterfly joint. You've got your bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then we've got hinges and rotation at the wrist. You've got a diaphragm cut for a wide range of movement and an ab crunch, so he goes backwards, forwards, side to side as well. Legs go out pretty much all the way. Kick forward, kick backwards. You've got your thigh cut in there, double jointed knees, and then we've got a boot cut. You've got rocker, and you've got hinges. So he is par for the course when it comes to Lightning Collection, but that is, as of now anyway, that is a good thing, and he is very, very similar in terms of range of motion to Beast Morphers Red because they are almost the same figure. While he is very similar to Beast Morphers Red, he is, of course, different just based on the color scheme and the overall palette here. He is the exact same sculpt from the neck down, though, because that's what they are. They are carbon copies of each other, so they shouldn't look different, and they don't. And you've got what I think is a really solid sculpt here. These guys definitely stand out amongst most Rangers just because their suits are so different. They are not your normal skin-tight spandex suit type of Power Rangers. They are more stealthy, spy type of situation, and I like it. I'm a big fan of the Sentai that this comes from, so I like these suits to begin with, and I think that they just look really cool as action figures. Even if you don't know what they are, you know, they kind of just look different, and they kind of draw your attention just based on the color scheme, the blue, that silver, and just the kind of techno spy motif that they've got going on. I love the morphers that they wear on their wrist. Pretty solid sculpt and paint in there for such a small thing. The zippers are painted really well. The metallic silver is very shiny, so you know, while some figures suffer from not having enough metallic paint, these guys have it where they need it because they don't need a whole lot. I think the sculpt in general is just really solid on this particular body. I love the harness that they have. It's free floating, so it does move. It helps to hide the butterfly joints as well, and it doesn't get in the way of articulation. So it is something that's very familiar, but at the same time, that palette change is just enough to make it look a little bit more unique while still being something that's very familiar, having already played around quite a bit with Beast Morphers Red. Of course, he's not 100% the same thing because it's a Power Ranger, so his helmet has to be unique. And this is where, of course, he is a little bit different. He's got the gorilla motif instead of like the cheetah big cat motif that the Red Ranger has. And I really, really like the Blue Ranger's helmet sculpt. Something about it, the almost sunglasses look for the visor really does it for me. The white eyes on the gorilla up top, the black piping, it just works. It's pretty simplistic. It's really not the most detailed helmet sculpt out there, but I really like it as far as Ranger stuff goes. And I think that they translated it to plastic really well, not to mention the fact that I'm really, really digging that silvery metallic blue that they've got going on there. It really shines, and it pops against the standard, just sort of regular blue that covers the rest of the figure. Now for accessories, this guy kind of is par for the course for this line, which isn't a negative. He comes with a lot of good stuff. To start with, you have got your unhelmeted head, and for this particular show, they have more reference material for the actors, and I think it really shows with this particular figure because this head sculpt might be among the best in the line so far. I really don't know anything about this guy, who he is in the show or in real life, but I know based on looking at pictures of him that it very much looks like him. Sculpt is there. The paint applications are really clean. That photo printing is nicely done. I'm not going to use this head, I'm sure, but it's really, really good for folks who are interested in these. You have got some extra hands, so we've got 4 total hands. You've got 2 fists. I've got one on them already. You've got an extra one here. You've got a gripping hand, and then you've got a sort of trigger finger hand, which I still don't really understand because he doesn't come with a gun. So you've got those, and they are, of course, all done up in blue just to match his suit. And then you've got weapons and effects. So just like with Beast Morphers Red, you have got the Beast Morphers sword, and it's got some paint detail on it. It's a pretty basic sculpt, but what I really like about it is the energy effect. I like the translucent kind of lime color going on here with the digital kind of, you know, matrixy style effect. I like it. I think it looks cool. And then you've got a almost Shoryuken type of thing going on here for his left hand, but you can use this on either side. I've had no issues getting it on either side. It does seem to be kind of keyed, but it works fine. And it's done up in just a translucent blue plastic, and since it's not tied to this guy, you can use it across other figures without issue. So I think it's cool that we get 2 effects for this guy. I really don't know what this is for or what kind of attack it's supposed to be, but it really looks cool, and it's kind of his unique thing so far. So overall, this is a really good figure. There's not a lot for me to gripe about here, despite the fact that we've seen this figure in almost his entirety with the Red Ranger. It's not a negative because, well, Power Rangers share parts, so that's how it works. I do think that he looks really good. The paint on my figure is really nicely done. I have no real issues to speak of. He's sculpted well, he moves well, and he comes with a solid array of accessories. I also happen to be a fan of this suit design, so I kind of lean into these to begin with. Big fan of red, big fan of gold, and I'm very much looking forward to getting yellow. I do think that this season isn't maybe the one a lot of folks are really after when it comes to the Lightning Collection, but I would say that it's probably one that you should give a try, just because they are really fun figures, and they are something that's really familiar. They're definitely a Power Ranger, but they're also a little different because they certainly don't look like most seasons. So that's going to do it for this look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Beast Morphers Blue Ranger. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time.